Welcome back, one and all, to the adventures of now Lord Paramount Jon Snow, or Jon Stark at this point, the Queenslayer of Beyond the Wall. First things first, I apologize for the CK2 content being not as consistent as they were previous series. I am still aiming to do this daily, and I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to be on the channels especially complaining about YouTube ad nauseum, but suffice to say, YouTube have added so many layers of bureaucracy now to content and uploading that trying to do what I do, which is record every day. I never bulk record or anything like that because I like to be able to read the comments ultimately. I feel like if there's a comment section and people are leaving comments, the minimum you can do is read it. Otherwise, what's the point of anybody commenting, right? And actually, there's a couple of good comments from last episode I wanted to discuss too, so, I mean, it's very worthwhile for me to do it, but it makes it very difficult for someone in my position who likes to record day to day rather than bulk recording or anything like that to upload consistently now, because the YouTube bureaucracy, the checks, the copyright checks, the monetization checks, the visibility checks, everything take so long now. Frustratingly long, and it's the same story on the main channel. It's such a pain in the arse, so I can only apologize about that one. Hopefully something will change. Otherwise, I mean, I'll try and find a solution to it. Maybe I'll have to record 2 episodes back-to-back or something like that. I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, day before, last episode, whenever that happened to be, we were beset by many different wars, many slavers. House Lannister declared war on us to try and get back Tyrion's badge of the Hand of the King, and Tywin's as well, which we inherited when Tyrion died, because every one of Jon's friends besides Jon at this point is dead. Gilly was exiled. Samwell died of the Grey Plague. Brienne is alive, but broken mentally. She is depressed that the king that she's sworn an allegiance to, an unbreakable vow, is a mad, insane tyrant man, and he's only getting worse. Tyranny, minus 30. Dishonor is minus 10. He has a menagerie, though, which a lot of people seem to really enjoy. He's got a unicorn, he's got an eagle, he's got a sea lion, a dire wolf, a whale, and a wolf. Someone wrote a very nice story about the last Martell being assassinated by the whale, being ripped apart by all the animals, which I quite enjoyed. Anyway, one comment that I really wanted to discuss, to finish that train of thought, we deflected many wars from House Lannister and many slavers, and because of Westerosi law, we are owed reparations, and we are part of the Iron Throne, so they owed us money for trying to attack our realm. We went back under the Iron Throne, and luckily, well, we're not back under the Iron Throne quite yet, but we were able to repel those guys, and as a result, we've almost got enough money now to try and rebuild and reoccupy Castle Black, which we're going to do because, A, it's Jon Snow, of course, but more importantly, it'll act as a defense from Sansa, from the north, who's been pressing up. She's taken all of the old Night's Watch lands, and if there's some weird bureaucracy where the Iron Throne goes into civil war and Bran can't defend us, she might take a look at us and think, actually, yeah, I would like those lands too. All of the north, rather than just the north and then the norther. Maybe she wants to be the whole thing. So this will act as a nice defensive layer. It's another barrier to entry for her, and we can do a lot with it. We can build it up. The Night's Watch and the wall will work for the wildlings, and I like that. It's poetry, you see. Now, Jon Snow joined his free folk brothers in hunting a great legendary beast. His ancestors have guided him more towards the old ways, and when we followed those old ways, we found only rewards. So it makes sense that that's the right thing to do. So we're going to keep following that path. Obviously, we're not going to go crazy zealot or anything like that, unless it randomly occurs, of course, unless Jon Snow decides to do that. But it's a nice coincidence that that's been kind of the path we've been following, so that's what we're going to stick with doing. We've impressed the free folk quite a lot. We're up to veteran of the free folk, their kind of warrior lodge, their society here, which consists of pretty much all the important free folk, and we're next in line to take over the free folk, so to speak. We're the next hero, so can we actually call to glory with that? We can. So the call to glory is where you go on that fun adventure to forge a bloodline. That would be amazing if Jon Snow becomes like this free folk legendary figure. Almost like Mance Rayder, but even beyond that. And that would be quite a cool story for Jon. He's a content, humble guy. Hasn't really done much so far. We're very limited by the character. But I think that could be fantastic. Now, going back to the comment I was talking about, someone left a comment that I think made a lot of sense. And there's 2 reasons. They said that I was going to nerf some of Flamequeen's building mod because we started working and upgrading the wildling lands here, getting them through winter. The mod that we've got, the building mod, Flamequeen's building mod, is very, very strangely balanced. The peasant farms give 60% morale of armies at level 3. There's 10 levels, and each one gives a consistently stacking bonus. As you can imagine, it gets out of hand pretty fast, but someone in the comments made a very good point that Jon Snow, he is inspiring. the armies would have a massive morale coming from the capital of a guy who died and was resurrected, a guy who was converted to the old ways, unified the free folk, led them in, you know, defense of the crown, or I guess kind of defying the crown a little bit. Of course, we couldn't defeat the crown, so we were forced under it, but, I mean, he's shown respect to their people and their culture, right? So I think they would be inspired by him. And that kind of happened in the TV show at Hardhome, huh? So, I'm going to leave it. And the second point is we're playing arguably the hardest start possible in the Seven Kingdoms. We are really up against it. We're part of this minority religious group. We're the weakest domain in terms of economy, in that there is no economy. It's non-existent. We get 3 gold per year. If we compare that to, say, Sansa has got one of the kingdoms, she's making 10. Or, say, House Tully in the Riverlands is making 13. And then, of course, the Lannisters and the Reach will be even more expensive beyond that. The city of Old Town, what? How strange. They're making 12 gold per month as well. So we're like very, very, very weak compared to everyone else, but we're technically at the same rank as them. So we are very much the underdog of this story, and I'm kind of alright with giving us a bit more in favor, huh? You and Rodil slowly circle one another, tensed and focused. Take a defensive stance. Jon Snow's a defensive man. Your experience in combat prowess in your wooden club allows you to spot an opening in Rodil's defense. Bang. He's done. At our mercy. Of course, we're not going to kill him. That would be the act of a complete lunatic. If Jon Snow goes lunatic, like I said, I'm happy to do it. Getting some more renown. Be nice. Is there only one hero rank? You have to be a veteran for 3 years. We've only really just ranked up. And renown greater of 2,000. I mean, if this guy dies, we'll just inherit. Captain Devin Girlarm. Wow, that's unfortunate. He's got no personal combat. Why? Train fighter plus 40, berserker plus 10, hero plus 30, but he's one-legged, minus 80. He's off balance. Wow, and we can take our warrior training, so I think we'll do that. We're going to ask one of these old, experienced wildlings, this old blind duelist, to teach us the ways of their combat. The dedication you display is admirable, brother, Wallen tells me, carefully pulling the contraption of leather strap back onto... Sorry, putting the contraption of leather straps back onto the table. What are you talking about? I'm thinking it could be used for better movement in the snow, I explain. Wallen scratches his chin and nodding slowly. You're good at these things, the man concludes. Oh, we're introducing new tech to the wildlings. Thank you, that means a lot. Northern culture. Bringing up here to the wildlings, the Norther culture. Teaching them their ways. Shield of the Tundra. Nice. Plus 10 defense, 3 winter supply, 25% winter combat, 20% combat in the Arctic, which, does this count as the Arctic or is this too low down? Forest. In fact, none of it counts as the Arctic. Oh, no, this does. The other side in the Ice River, Ice Bay Shore, the Great Ice River, so we'd have to go through the pass. So with that, it is worth mentioning a little bit of the tactics here. With that, that's fantastic, because that's what, a 35% total, sorry, 45% total winter combat bonus, effectively. And if we're hiding up here in the mountain pass, we've got defensive mountains, we've got a 45% bonus, we've got Jon Snow on the center. I think even if the Iron Throne came back and tried to clap us, if we're able to lock ourselves down here with a fort, or a lodge, of course, as they're called, because we're using the foundation mod, that would be, that'd be something. We'd be locked down tight. That would be incredible. Thank you, Wallen. That's really, really good. Kind of wish we'd have done that earlier now. Obviously, we didn't have access to it before before the significant wars kicked in anyway. We need a better priest. Let's see if we can hire a better priest here before we really get going. What is it? Like employer courtier, that's it. We need a priest. It's going to cost us 5 parties, 7.6 gold. Shit. Maybe we can find someone out there. Can I cancel? I can't. We'll just have to take him. Barbara. Barbara's very good. 18 learning. Barbara, if you can be our priestess. Oh, incredible. Priestess Barbara, let's get you performing charity. Again, I think that's a very Jon Snow thing to do, isn't it? So what can we do then? Call our court out of hiding. Yeah, come out of hiding. We won't have a summer fair yet. Though it would be nice. We're like, what, 17 gold away from being able to colonize Castle Black. I think that's way more important. Treasury Guard. Young Walrus hates us. SoundCloud.com/Young Walrus. What a guy. Kennel Master to look after the dog. We'll get Val. Oh, of course, Val is pregnant. Jon Snow has a final child on the way. Maybe. Oh, there you go. We're back under the Iron Throne now. Well, that was unexpected. Bran Stark just reformed the old God's faith because he has 3 holy sites. He has the God's Wood. He has Harrenhal. And he has Storm's End. Holy crap. Which counts as the old gods. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he has reformed the religion. I mean, it's so rare that you see the AI reform the religion. Bran, we had the same bloody thing in last series. Throughout all those other campaigns we did on the main channel, over the many years when I was back in the days of Roll1D2 games, so frequently the AI would be very disappointing. But now, we've had 2 series in a row where there's been some nuts AI character. Remember in the last series, it was the King of Sweden? In this one, we got Bran, who's collecting this menagerie of animals. He's been this absolute lunatic tyrant, but he's pulling it off. He's wiped out all of his enemies. He's defeated every war. The guy completely undid my scenario, and now he's reformed a religion. This is insane. Now organized in a strict hierarchy with an official religious head, the old god's faith has abandoned its traditions as a folk religion for the well-defined dogma and structure fit to oppose its rivals. If he can flip the Iron Throne to the old gods, I will be mad impressed. And he actually might be able to do it, because now that he is reformed, he can demand his vassals convert. I don't know if that's actually possible in the Game of Thrones mod, but it could be. They're still barbarians, because Game of Thrones mod has unique rules when it comes to cultural and religious conversions. Holy crap. Can I have a look? What features did you go for here? They can raid. Oh, shit. Rulers can raid infidel neighbors for loot. Vassals do not mind if their levies are raised. Rulers lose prestige if at peace for too long. The old god's faithful is held by a secular ruler. Okay, that's good. So he's not in charge of the religion, which is handy. High Priest Lothar is. I presume that's his direct vassal then. There he is, Lothar the High Priest. Where's his capital? Up in Winterfell. Really? So the Godswood of Winterfell has become his capital. Interesting. Okay. Wow, reformed old gods is really not what I expected. That's insane. Upon reaching adulthood, characters can perform a rite of passage and rulers can gain sympathy towards another religious group. That's a clever play. So he's picked a really aggressive religion. Raiding, lose prestige at peace, so we'll encourage them to raid more frequently. Secular ruler is pretty much good for him when he's got such high intrigue. He can control it as kind of a puppet master. As long as they've got a high opinion of him, he can do some good work with that. Holy shit. And of course, because he's Greenseer as well, all members of his religion is up by 40 by default. So the religious head is going to absolutely love that. And he's got green dreams that gives him a bonus. I wonder if all of his pets give him a bonus. Even if he is a mad friggin' tyrant, that guy's probably going to love him. Unless he does some really messed up stuff. Where was he again? Lothar. I wanted to have a look at him there. Just see. What are your opinions then? Let's take a look. Of King Bran. Defeated rebels. Released prisoners. Reformer plus 75. Both zealous. Content. Oh, he actually gets minuses because they're reformed now. Oh, okay, so not quite as overpowered as I kind of imagined there. Still very impressive. Jesus, and that by extent means we can raid, because our liege can raid and we've got a raiding culture. Maybe now's the time we go to all those slavers and we can raid, right? We absolutely can. Maybe we go to the slavers, clap some cheeks. You remember we spent ages building ships all over the east coast here. Oh, did we lose them? No. Wait, or maybe I didn't build one there. Oh shit, we lost them? Oh, fuck. Oh, that's annoying. Shipyard. I wonder if it's where we were... vassalized. Oh, that's unfortunate. We lost our ships. Okay, that's a shame, because we did have like 4 shipyards built up. Never mind. It's not a big deal. We can always rebuild and get some more ships later on. Not a massive problem for the time being, like shipyard. Castle Town, that's unfortunate. Can we build any sort of castle shipyard? Is Castle Town +1? Oh, God. Are you kidding? I don't think we can actually build any other... Naval shipyard. What do we need for that? Nothing, but he must be cruel, wrath, or ruthless. Well, that's bizarre. Okay, so there are ways that we can potentially do it again. That's unfortunate, but we can raid Sansa in the north if we feel like it. I don't think we would. I think Jon Snow is, that's his homeland. I don't think he would do that. But that would be incredible if we flip the script and now go raid the raiders, the people who attacked us. Mad. Sorry about this series being so slow at points. Going on these diatribes, there's a lot of weird shit happening. You're not getting anything. You can piss off. Let's work on Castle Black then. No more messing around, no more stalling. Let's knock that out. Oh. This guy's radicalized some of our vassals, never mind. We can press a claim on Moat Caelan. We won't be doing that, actually, it's alright. Thank you. We're not going to go for the Summer Fair either, so let's disable that one. And then those are just upgrade holdings. Yeah, let's crack on. We can imprison someone. If we can imprison them, they got some money. We could build it a little bit sooner. They've got actually nothing. Little Walrus Frostbite. What a incredible name. What a guy. Little Walrus Frostbite. Or it's only 8 gold. We don't need to start making enemies for 8 gold. That's a little greedy. Bran, once again, knocking out peasant revolts there as if they were nothing. What a guy. My lord, news from King's Landing. A trial at court. Sir Aaron Will was imprisoned by the High Septon and stood accused of sedition and conspiracy against the realm. Septon Gorman. The High Septon imprisoned him and then employed a Septon to preside over the trial. And no one's calling corruption. Very strange. Prisoner was found guilty. As a consequence, Lord Arion has been locked in the dungeons of the Dragon's Gate. Don't inform me of trials at court. Honestly, all the interesting characters I would have been interested in, like Bran or Tyrion or whatever, have all been wiped out by this point. So he has made a massive enemy for himself, right? Even more so than he already had, so it's probably not going to make that much of a difference, because everybody already hates him. But the High Septon now, the leader of the old religion, is going to be pissed. And I mean, he's going to have religious uprising after religious uprising. He already would have had a problem, because he was a different religion anyway. But reforming a religion will normally give another negative. So we'll see what happens there. Anyway, no, I have enough courtiers. Come on, Castle Black time. Here we go. Don't piss off the vassals. Everything is peaceful and quiet. Arya is mastering the art of swordsmanship. Hey, where's that baby? How long does it take? Oh. We had a baby, but it just didn't inform us. Oh, she's club-footed. Bright, strong, appealing. Very nice. Well, it just didn't tell us at all. I wonder why. Even if you've got messages disabled to pop up and say about every bloody birth, it shouldn't do it for your own children. Well, it doesn't. I know it doesn't do it for your own children. And we should have had an option to name her. Well, maybe we were just busy. Maybe we were at court or whatever. Maybe she got to name her. Mylara. Mylara. We're going to train you in struggle. I feel like it's the right way to go about it right now. Val's a fighter. Jon Snow's a fighter. It's a difficult time ahead for the both of them. Let's give her to Val then to train up. Where are you, Val? What have you got? There you are. Diplomacy. Educate your daughter. 3 daughters for Jon Snow. Not ideal, because it means we can't grow the dynasty as fast as we wanted to. She's got haughty, which sucks. How are you coming out? Affectionate idolizer. Oh, piss. These daughters are not going well. She's got curious, which can at least become shrewd if we're lucky, so that could be nice. Big cash fall. You see that? 4-3-1, and here we go. We can colonize Scorner, Eastwatch, the Shadow Tower, or Castle Black. Let's do it. Now, this will take years and years and years. I would love to be able to hold all of it. I'd love to be able to hold all of it, and it would make for a fantastic capital, but we just simply can't unless we give some stuff away. 10 out of 5. Fuck. I mean, it'd be great to hold all of it. It really, really would. Let's give... Well, firstly, let's make sure that you're overseeing construction. We don't have a Castellan right now. Let's see if we can hire someone better. Sorry, Rick. You've only got 13, and we need the best people possible to be overseeing this castle. 13. All right, Rick, it is. You need to improve the holding. 7.7% yearly. Wait, is that the wrong button? Maybe we don't have to do that with that. Maybe I'm misremembering. Well, let's see oversee construction. Maybe that'll do something. Pacify province. Doesn't do anything. Improve defense doesn't do anything. Oversee the ram, sure. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe you only need to do that when you're improving a holding, but colonization just goes by itself. I think I remember there are some, you know, you get like a lot of negatives and things like that, and then you have to pay money, at which point that'll determine the progress of the colonization, rather than it being like purely random. Man, I'd love to hold this. I mean, we wanted to move our capital to Fist of the First Man, didn't we? What do we do here? Maelstrom Watch. Random castle in the middle of nowhere. Did Tyrion have any kids? That would be a nice thing to do. Or, I mean, Torrhen's kids already landed. What about Tyrion, then? Let's take a look. History, Tyrion. Children? None. He died without an heir. Well, what about, Samwell didn't have a child in this world. If we got anyone we could gift some bloody land to. What about his other friends? Morgan of the Kitchen Keep, Baron. Sir Gren, who served with Jon at the Night's Watch. We can't give him any land because he's a black brother. So we can't hold lands. Oh, shit. Oh, surely there's someone we can give some land to. Surely someone we can think of. Baron, our friend. A random Northman who helped us out. He's not a very good ruler. He's a hedonist, but he is an honourable man. Kind, patient. We just give it to him as a gift more than somebody to look after the title. It's 6 gold we'd lose, though. Ooh, it's so difficult to decide. Oh, just give him Ice Mark instead. No, Ice Mark's part of it. Wow, this is really hard to decide. Sorry for taking so long here, but... Okay, let's just give these out. We're going to have to. We don't have a choice. I can't hold it all. Let's give that away. Let's give Fork Top to... what does Fork Top bring in? Fork Hold 6.3. I can't justify it. Let's give away... What's that? That one's large. Oh, I hope I didn't give away any large ones. No, we didn't, luckily. We can give away either the Queen's Gate or Ice Mark. Night Fork counts as large, so we won't give that away. Secret oh, man, look at that. The wall. Tax income +5. Beautiful. Music to my ears. Let's give away Queen's Gate then. And then let's also give away Ice Mark. Then we've got the Night Fort, which has a large Night's Watch castle. Lowers tax, but gives us a lot of stuff. We can build a peasant farm there just, like, immediately, which I think might not be a bad idea. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, buildings in a colony cause them to fall apart. I might have just thrown away some money there. Well, you know how these things go. Let's put a peasant farm here instead. Can we? That's probably a better question. Slightly more expensive here. Oh, there you go. 17. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it where it's safe. Okay. I'm alright with this. I mean, potentially like a huge amount of cash we've got coming in here. Hopefully with that, we can fund shipyards. The alliance, look. The alliance between Queen Sansa and King Bran has broken down. Let's get that as a pop-up. Oh, shit. Well, that means she will attack us without caring. She's going to die without an heir. She really is. She's actually going to die without an heir. She's chaste as well. That's minus 15% fertility, and her quote-unquote husband is 12. She's 36. Oh, they get married in 14 in Game of Thrones, though, don't they? Oh, there's a chance. But if she dies without an heir, that will unify the Iron Throne in the North once again, and then Bran will be even more unstoppable than he already is, to be honest. I've heard a lot about Lord Lorne's military experience in recent weeks, even if half of them are true. There's no doubt a man of such bravery and brilliance is deserving of anyone's respect. Sure. I don't mind Jon Snow liking his vassals a bit more. I think he would, you know, entertain it just to please them. I believe that one of your vassals can be discouraged from... no, we're all good. Everything is peace right now. We're basically untouchable while we're under the Iron Throne, because no one's going to declare any war on us. Now, we are good friends, or at least becoming friends with Manfrey the Monster of Dawn. Oh, Manfrey the Monster. No, he's just. He's diligent. Well, I think they would get on. Let's talk about Marshal. His strategy. Combat. How could he not be impressed? Well. Directed by George R.R. Martin? That was unexpected. Holy shit, Bran died. And he got himself a crane. As his last act of defiance, he got himself a crane. As in the bird. And he died without an heir. Holy shit. And he leaves behind 7 animals. He was on a quest overseas. He was on a quest overseas to probably go and find another friggin' animal, and that's probably what killed him. He just died unceremoniously. And now Edmure Tully takes over. Old man Edmure. Edmure the Lewd. He's actually a good character to take over, to be honest. Honourable, diligent, he's a drunkard, he's lustful, he's proud, he's trusting, he's a family person. He's kind of, you know, I see parallels here to Robert Baratheon, Bobby B himself, who was quite famously deposed in a bloody civil war, but that's okay. Holy shit. Maybe. What if Bran was making himself the worst king possible? Who the hell are you in charge of the Red Keep? What? Just some dude. What if Bran was making himself the worst king possible because he knew his uncle, Edmure Tully, would not be a good ruler? And what if he was making himself so bad that when he died, Edmure took over and the people thought, hooray, it's Edmure Tully? Because they would never think that otherwise. That's all I can presume is the case. I also presume he'll take back King's Landing now that he's king. God, these rebellions are going to be something to see, aren't they? Is anything going to happen? He's so mediocre as a ruler and as just a character in general. He's honourable. Well, demand return of artifact. What's he got? Badge of the Hand of the King. What, like, maybe it's because it's Eddard's. It probably is. Wow, look at all this shit that he's got. King Brandon. Bran Stark built a boat. The Horn of Herok. Is named after Henrik Kenning, the founder of House Kenning of Case, who used the horn to signal the Halls of Case to open a postern gate. Wow. Holy crap. So he does have Badge of the Hand of the King, or Paramount Edmure, Lord Qualton, Viserys II, Brynden Bloodraven. Which one of those are we demanding to be returned? I don't entirely understand. Oh, well. Doesn't matter. Oh, Stark armor. Do you see that? Maybe that was it. Hold on. Whose armor was that? Was that maybe Eddard's armor? King Bran the Broken. King Bran the Broken had some armor made for him. Wow, that was very unceremonious. Maybe he was going overseas. You never know. Let's headcanon it a little bit. He was going overseas after taming the mythical beasts, unicorns, and beasts with flight, eagles, cranes, beasts with power, whales. Maybe he was going overseas to try and tame Drogon. And maybe he disappeared, never to be seen again. Maybe he didn't die. Maybe he'll return one day on the back of a big flighting dragon. Who knows? Ooh, a tournament. Grand Tournament of Peckledon. Sure. Jon Snow would attend that. Try and keep some face value below, south of the wall. I don't know if he would really care that much, but, you know, let's just go visit. Let's go see what's going on. I was simply passing time at the tournament when I came across two knights arguing over honor. I knew straight away that the argument was spurious and the result would be unnecessary bloodshed, so I stepped in and prevented it. +1 diplomacy. My man Jon. He's actually picked up so much diplomacy skill over the course of this. I'm kind of impressed. The first day jousting. Okay, we could legitimately win this. Oh, we can convert to wildling culture. That was going to be the plan. Maybe while he's away from his home, he realizes how much he misses the ways of the people that he's spent now a good 20 years. He spent more time of his life with wildlings than away from wildlings at this stage. He's learned their culture. He's married their quote-unquote princess. She wasn't actually a princess. That's what the Stannis' army called her. He's adopted their religion, and he's climbed through the ranks of their society, so now second in command. He killed a big bear, united their people. And maybe all this time away, he realized, I love wildling. Lose 200 prestige, but gains the prestige amongst the people he cares about. Now we can summon warriors of the wildling. Were we able to do that before we became a full-on wildling? I don't think so. Hold a melee. We can hold a feast now. Oh, this is nice. War sacrifice? That's maybe unnecessary. So, what about Bran's religion? So maybe he just reformed the religion to... Maybe that was his life goal. Brought back a little bit of power and sway to the old gods and then just died unceremoniously? Who knows? I'll leave it up to you to decide. Place a bet on ourselves. Oh, we're not allowed to join in the tournament. We're just here to watch. Oh, okay. I was hoping we'd be able to join in, because chances are we'd absolutely sweep it. Look! We just got 110. Someone must have died. Ooh, who died? We did get a notification pop up in... Who died? Don't think anybody really did. Okay. You're one of the free folk, who the kneelers of the South called wildlings. You do as you please and live free of the South's tyranny. We don't. We now flip over to succession by open. Oh, shit. Brienne of Tarth and John Rivers were the next in the joust list. Who's John Rivers, I wonder? Just a random guy. Brienne unhorsed him. Brienne's still doing well. She's got 440 personal combat. What the fuck? 222 from dual experience. That is actually insane. That is actually ludicrous. That's up there. I mean, of course, she was unbeatable. We wouldn't be able to beat her. She's basically the strongest fighter in all of the kingdoms at this stage. We wouldn't have stood a bloody chance. Wow. She truly deserves it. Yeah, no, that's mad. Even for a modded character, that's bloody ridiculous. Do you want to become friends with Mikken, the first trader of the Wildling Raiders? Sure thing. We'll become friends with you, Mikken. Right, what have we got for a council then? Oh, idle council members, sorry. Yeah, no, we can't now go for charity, because we're a wildling. So instead we're going to build zeal. Sure, why not? Maybe she can tell nice tales about us. You're overseeing construction in Castle Black, right? I don't know if that actually makes a difference. We can put a trade post there. Oh, huge. As members of the Free Folk, we've started to better ourselves each day. We want to go and find Rupert. Rupert, your days are numbered, my friend. Not that we're going to kill you, but, you know. Your days are numbered before you were defeated, and then we help you up and we say, good effort. Nice try. I easily break through Rupert's guard and move effortlessly to swing my dull spear in a perfect half circle. Back on your feet, Rupert. You did it. You were a brave man. Can we do anything else? Have we got any other... Oh, we can go berserk. He wouldn't do that. I don't think... I mean, obviously, normally going berserk, there's very few downsides to it, but I don't think he would. Let's worship the ancestors, see what they think of our decision. Prosperity and growth, of course. And let's... I still don't think he'd immolate people. He was very much against that when Melisandre did it. Immolating people for their power is not up. That's how Mance Rayder died. Probably wouldn't be taken too well by the wildlings. Flesh and blood. I just don't think he'd do it. Just have a feast. No, carve another idol. Carve a little weirwood idol. I think they'd be up for that. I think they'd enjoy it. So we can still forge Targaryen armor, which is kind of cool. 150. The Targaryen wildling. What a story. What a strange outcome that would be, huh? I might go for that. Now, what else can we upgrade in Crestus Keep? Build a wildling barracks. Oh, we can build so much with prestige now, of course. We've got a lot of prestige. Can we definitely not build another shipbuilder with prestige? Because that's how we did it last time. I guess it's been overwritten. Oh, that's a shame. That would have been huge. And the only shipyards, I'm pretty sure we saw all the shipyards, right? Grisella needs to be cruel, wrath, or ruthless. I guess I can check all of the coastal rulers, see if any of them are cruel, wrath, or ruthless. I mean, it's a fairly decent chance that one of them will have it. Nothing. Because then we could cross the seas and go raiding elsewhere. Jon can convince them, please don't burn down the north, my homeland. Let's go somewhere else entirely, please. Oh, well. Let's save a little cash. Oh, hello. Lord Paramount Jon, I formally invite you to my court for a period of festivities leading up to my coronation. Of course, we don't really have a choice. Now that begs the question, who killed him? Suspicious circumstances. Again, because it's our acquaintance, that means it's one of the people on our list. One of them's a dragon, so I don't think it was Drogon. Was it Brienne? Was it Rory Iceguard? Which I think we can fairly safely say is no. Or was it Edmure Tully? What reason would Edmure Tully assassinate one of his Kingsguard? And Brienne is the leader of the Kingsguard. What I'm saying is I think Brienne might have gone nuts. I think swearing another oath to someone who betrayed her, which basically swore an oath to Jaime, went nuts. Catelyn Stark, although not in the show, went nuts. I think another person that she swore fealty to going... Maybe 3 is the magic number. And she broke down, and now she's a murderous psychopath. That's my headcanon. I'm writing it down. That's got to be... Brienne goes nuts. That would be a freaking character arc, and I feel like that's more than feasible over the course of 19 years that she would once again be disappointed by someone. Oh, God. We've got to train her in diplomacy. Diplomacy, though, is effectively a bloody an unreformed tribal character. Ugh. Well, she's reformed, because she, if you remember, was the old gods before Jon really got into the wildling stuff. I think she'd say, no, I don't want to be a fighter. I want to be a proper lady with the diplomatic education. And you know what? I think that Jon Snow is again, humble, content. He wouldn't have any grand plans for her. I think he'd listen to her. And I think he'd say, you know what, daughter? Live your life. Live your best life. 21 gold to get the best education possible. I think that's a necessary. It's a necessary evil. I mean, we're only going to spend it on the trade post, right? The trade post might be crappy. So we'll wait and see. Many tonight were surprised when High Septon the 30th stated that the period of festivity King Edmure has organised is unfit for the severity of the holy charge he's about to take. He has concluded his scolding by remark that he has witnessed many impious acts and degenerate behaviours during his visit that have left him shocked and repulsed, while Edmure Tully is a drunkard and a lustful man. So I feel like he may have had some alcohol-filled orgies, and as a result, has pissed off the Pope. He should be ashamed of himself. He should be. During the evening, King Edmure has remarked on multiple occasions how it's important for a new ruler to create stable diplomatic relationships with his peers and subjects in order to ensure peace and prosperity to everyone. Apparently, has a note of commas. His show of dialectics has been a revelation for all the guests. Well, I mean, he does have 19 diplomacy. He's charismatic negotiator. I might even learn something from his example. A 5% chance of gaining another diplomacy, which would be massive, but not going to happen, let's be honest. Maybe he'll actually be a good, stable ruler, and that's what we need for a little while. But we can't friggin' raid now. That's just hit me. We can't raid, because our ruler is not the right religion anymore. Edit of Ice Mark died without leaving any relative. Who do we give Ice Mark to? Alysanne? Or do we take it back? That would make us tyrannical. He wouldn't do it. Give it to his wife. Not very appropriate coronation music. Maybe that's why the Septon's pissed. King Edmure kneels before High Septon the 30th. As his host of lords and knights surround him in complete silence, His Holiness the High Septon blesses him before placing the crown upon his head, proclaiming him King of the Andals, the Roynar, and the First Men, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms, and Protector of the Realm. Long live the King. Wow. When the ceremony is finally concluded, King Edmure bid me farewell and dismissed me from his court alongside his other guests. It's good to be the king. In Graster's Keep. We're not the king. We're not the king anymore. Sorry, Age of Empires taunt. Not today. Ooh, new roads for Forktop. Where's Forktop? This is this one here, right? I mean, it increases prosperity, but it's 40 gold. No, that's too much. Those events don't scale with your wealth, which is very unfortunate, because that's really expensive. 40 gold is the equivalent of, like, 13 years' salary, which is very expensive for a road. So we're going to wait. There's more sensible investments elsewhere. More peasants farm, more trading posts. We'll try and make this land profitable. And Jon Snow's got to bring that kind of northern knowledge of economy and the way things are run and bring it to these people, but in a way that's respectful of their culture and traditions. I genuinely thought it said Lord Lorne. Lord Lorne has been very insistent about spending some time with me. All right, Lorne. Okay, go on then. The High Septon has excommunicated an 11-year-old boy because he has committed a sin. Why? What's he done? He's 11. Well, because he's like kind of ugly. He's got a very plain face, really. Well, he's here. He guided me through most of his domain. Oh, we're going to visit him. We explore the countryside and some of the most breathtaking sights that the First Forest can offer. I undoubtedly felt welcome by my host's attitude, so I wasn't vomiting there at the thought of Jon Snow having a good time. I was hiccuping. I wonder, I do sometimes, if King Edmure would appreciate learning more about the benefits of hard work from me. It almost seems very insulting. I think we've got to go for it. Minus 68. Why? Because we're a wildling, right? Refused offer of guardianship. That's not fair. That pop-up was on the screen for less than a second. Foreigner, minus 10. Wildling, minus 50. We've embraced their ways, and now they do not approve. Jericho's Court Grayscale. In the river with him? I hope that doesn't spread. So we'll find out in a second, won't we, when we all die horribly. That'll be another Game of Thrones twist. And the best part about being set in the Game of Thrones world is, no matter what happens, good, bad, tragic, or otherwise, you just say, well, that's Game of Thrones, and then you can wash your hands with it. 99.8 gold, very expensive. We wouldn't get much from that for a long time. We will build. Did we not already start building now, or did we build it here? It seems like the peasant farm is still standing. No, don't bother about tournaments. Unless you can invite them, there's not much point. It's just taking us away from our land, and they don't respect him anymore. They think he's gone too soft, you know? He was exiled from the realm. I mean, not soft, necessarily. Maybe a bit rough. So I guess we'll forget it. Now, do you want to expend some of our prestige? I guess we might as well. Small wildland barracks for a 15% level reinforcement rate is actually bloody huge, so I'm happy with that one. What else did we... Well, we still got 4 gold. I don't know why I thought we didn't have it. Let's throw that down. Maelstrom Watch. Can we do anything with that? Is there much point doing anything with that? We can use it for the taxes, for sure. There's no point upgrading any troops down there whatsoever. Because if we get into a civil war... I mean, they're not really going to help out too much, are they? We could send mercenaries there? No, that wouldn't work. I suppose our next goal, logically, is to try and get independence. And I think Jon Snow would be up for that. If he's embraced wildling ways, he's embraced wildling culture, he's authoritative, he's honourable, he's just. He knows that the wildlings should not be under the crown of the North. There's no precedent for it. There's no casus belli. He needs to break free. And we're not going to cut down wood. I'm sorry. Jon Snow's maybe a little bit. He's got to, you know, actually embrace his position as Lord now. I feel like he should start becoming a little less humble at this stage. Because they're just not going to respect him. They respect power and leadership. And going out there chopping wood for the winter, that's not something you would really do. Maybe. My daughter is having strange dreams at night. Oh, shit. Lady Arya's a Greenseer. Potentially. Oh, my God. Dreams aren't dreams. They aren't real. Oh, dreams are dreams. They are real. Dreams aren't real. It's a vision from the future. Tell me what you saw. She's a suspected skin changer. Oh, wildling opinion increase. Oh, God's increase. Now, it's open elective, right? So anybody could take over. The most powerful child of the ruler succeeds, though other influential children are likely to intervene. The law is popular with your offspring, with the exception of the oldest one. The rest of your dynasty also approves. Women can inherit, but only if there are no eligible males. Got it. Bizarrely, Gendry is in line. Why? Sympathy for the drowned gods. Here's another question. Why? Is his wife a drowned lady? No? Paramount Walesa, his first wife? What the hell happened there? No. Just randomly decided, hey, that big old octopus is kind of alright, isn't it? Yes, of course we've got to say it's a gift from the old gods. This is amazing. This could give us so much stuff. So there's a chance of her gaining, a pretty good chance of her gaining some learning. 60% chance of her gaining some learning. Oh, look, it can happen twice, though. Wow. A cumulative 120% chance. That means she's guaranteed to gain some learning. That's a joke. I said that joke before people felt the need to correct me. 80% chance of her gaining Green Dreams. That's the important one. 20% chance of getting Mystic. So those are mutually exclusive. She could gain both. Mystic, Green Dreams. Show us it. I mean, is that a gift from the ancestors or what? I didn't actually see her learning, and I wish I'd have seen it. Blooded the Conciliator and the Good Queen +2. I don't know what that is. I wish I'd have taken note of that. Did she get the best possible outcome? Because that would have been, what, 6 learning plus Mystic and Green Dreams? Holy shit. She's going to be an incredible diplomat. She's going to be this mystic weirdo. Communer of the old gods. Maybe she would make a fantastic character to reform this religion if that's the route we want to go down. How's Melara coming along? She's a baby. You can't really expect much from her yet. I feel like her future is yet to be defined. Young walrus can piss off. Go back to eating a seal, Stinky. I don't think walruses eat seals. Oh, they might. I I've never asked them, to be completely honest with you. Peasant farm has been built. Fantastic news. What's our tax looking like now? Look at this. 5.20. 0.78 monthly expenses, taxes, and whatever other garbage you've got to do to run a court, paying courtiers. Let's keep going. This is great. I mean, we're actually slowly crawling out of this pit, you know. Jon Snow's bringing his knowledge of the South and how things run and that education that he would have received in Winterfell, and he's applying it. He's teaching the people. He's bringing up the Maester to help run things. But he has done it in a way that's, again, respected to their culture, I hope. I think. I mean, they're getting rich. They're going to be able to survive the winters. I'm sure they're probably quite appreciative of that. They've had some... I think it's fair to say, they've had some pretty shitty winters recently. Because this follows on from the show. That was some pretty bad times. Now the only thing we need to really bring it all together is get that independence and get some shipyards. And I would be super happy with that as the final outcome. But that's going to be a lot of effort, a lot of planning, a lot of careful considerations. Again, baiting them into clever places, using all of these advantages that we picked up. Do we get any sort of winter bonuses for being a wildling? No, but I feel like we should, you know? I feel like there should be some sort of cultural bonus fighting in the winter or whatever. Native homelands prone to revolt, more resistant to the effects of severe winter. That's interesting, because we didn't have that before. Is a backwards culture making troops less effective? I wonder if we could do some sort of cultural conversion, you know? Maybe there is a culture. What about, like, Then? Because those are guys that are the quote-unquote civilized people. What do they count as? Then. Still count as a backwards culture. Wonder what we could do about that. What about, like, I presume, like, Skagos also counts as, Skagos is not. Prefers to raid overseas with ships if looting is allowed. Can raid infidel neighbors for loot. Cannot take lovers as concubines. Is a traditional anti-slavery culture. More resistant to the effects of severe winter. The people of Skagos have found this balance point between wildlings and civilization. Maybe we could look to becoming Skagossi down the line. What about, like, the Ice Rivermen or something like that? I'm up for suggestions on this, because we can't play as a quote-unquote backwards culture all this time, otherwise people are constantly going to hate us, right? Do the Skagossi count as... So they don't count as wildlings. So they might be that nice compromise. They're still first man, they can still raid, they've still got a lot of those traditional cultures, they're more resistant to the effects of winter. But we'd actually be able to make some upwards plays. Anyway, he's in prison, so whatever. She is... cynical. Jon Snow would not beat his daughter for being cynical. So he's just going to allow it to happen. We've got to play the carrots a little bit when it comes to these educations. Maybe cynical isn't the best thing, given that Jon Snow himself embraced their religion quite openly. But let's just see. Let's just let it go. What the hell's going on here? Why are you hostile to us, Sansa? She's declared war on these people. Why is she hostile to us? Because we're wildlings? Maybe. Probably not happy about wildlings being in Castle Black. We can make it our capital. I'm not going to, but we could. That's always an option if we fancy some weird theming on that one. Let's build another peasant farm. And just keep crawling our way out here. 4.84, not bad. Why don't we swap over then? And oh, I've already got you collecting taxes. We could. I mean, it would make more sense to put you in Crastus, keep giving the Castle Black is making 1.6 in taxes. Why can I not? Hey, can't have him collecting taxes in. Why? Is it because you can't collect taxes from a wildling province? I wonder. Well, I guess we'll have to leave him there then, won't we? I guess he'll just have to sit there and make pennies. It would be more efficient to swap over to oversee construction in the hopes that we get a master builder and maybe a reduction in cost. King Edmure's not responding to our letters. He thinks nothing of us. I think he probably wouldn't like Jon Snow. Bear in mind he's Catelyn Stark's brother. Catelyn Stark being the wife of the man who claimed that Jon Snow was his son. Even though he knew that that wasn't the case and was doing it for honor. She hated Jon Snow. Maybe she sent a few letters home back to old Eddie back in the day saying, oh, this little shit coming into my home, etc., etc., and really twisted his ear. Having the brother of the woman, of your stepmother who hated you as king might not be ideal. Might not be ideal. Corey Iceguard wants to get married. Good for you. You go do that, Corey. Go do that. Well, seeing as we can only collect taxes here, we might as well just bloody double down on Castle Black for a while. And it'll build up pretty fast, don't worry. Arya the Seer. And look, Timid Idolizer just happens to be perfect for a learning education, and she's Green Dreams Mystic 13 learning by default. She can't because she's wildling. Oh, you're kidding. Westerosi characters are not allowed to use this focus. She's the wrong culture. If she was wildling, we'd be able to do it. Oh, that's so unfortunate. The stars aligned and it's ripped away from us because arbitrarily, she is technically a culture that should use maesters. But even though her father isn't, and she's like, that's really unfortunate. Oh, that sucks. Is it reasonable to say at this point Jon Snow would be like, follow your dreams? Is it reasonable to say that that restriction wouldn't apply anymore? I think that's the case. We can't flip her over to heritage either, because she's too old. Is there any way to convert her over culturally? I don't believe so. Family focus? That might do it. I'm not sure. Oh, shit. That's unfortunate. I don't think there's any way we can change that, is there? Well, maybe I'll put it up to a vote. I mean, there's not much point, because I think everybody will just say yes. It doesn't make sense that we can't choose learning focus anymore, given that we're not Westerosi. She happens to be because she was born that way, but she was raised that way for kind of arguably. I mean, her mother's a wildling, her dad's now a wildling. She was raised that way for maybe 8 years. And even then, it's a hybrid culture. She's never once been to Westeros. So I think it's reasonable to maybe say that she would flip culture at this point. So why don't we put a pin in that? Why don't we come back to it tomorrow? Because she's had so many stars aligned, it seems a little bit of a shame that at this point, because of bureaucracy, she can't flip over. So leave it with me. Maybe I'll make a decision. Maybe I'll read the comments, keep an eye on it. If anyone can make a convincing argument against it, I'm all ears. Until then, thank you for watching. Getting the ball rolling now. Maybe we could get independence with Jon Snow. Maybe we could reform that religion. Let's see what happens.